Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're doing a account review of my own account. My account is a very old account, it's over 5 years old at this point, and it's finally just reached 18 million box CC with the new Demon King. I was able to put Anne as well as Demon King, which as you can see just pushed me over the market. If not, I would have had to push a little bit more CC. But thankfully I didn't have to, and it pushed me over the market, which is exactly what I wanted. What do you get with 18 million box CC? These buffs here. So I get an additional 3.5% attack, 8.5% defense, and 15% health. This does cap, the health caps out pretty early. I actually got to find it. Oh my god, it goes up to 23 million now. Okay. Health, I believe, caps out at like, I want to say 12 mil. Yeah. And then you start getting attack at 13 mil, and then so on and so forth. I don't think it cap, any of the other two don't cap out at all yet. Defense will be the first to cap out, but we still got a few million until defense caps out, which is still crazy. Constellation-wise, I'm 74% the way through Constellation of Pride. It is an absolute pain pushing Constellation of Pride, solely because every big crystal is like 350 GP points, which is basically equivalent to a full collab, because they only released 3 characters now. You know, let's say each character's about, I don't know, let's say about 90 GP points a character. I get 270. Let's say I got some additional spare, or I pull a character I didn't have on the banner as well. That'll give me some more, then I can get a constellation. But yeah, it's quite a slow grind. As you can see, I'm now only missing a total of 7 large crystals, which is, it's okay. It's kind of irritating because they're just so expensive. I don't understand how some people have got so many of them. I do understand that, like, okay, True Awakening gives give you 10, and let's be real, let's have a look at my box. I got a lot of characters I can True Awake, like, a lot of characters. We can keep scrolling. You know, all my characters level 100, and that is because, well, I sort of focused on that. I pushed everyone's bot. I pushed every single character in my box level 100, just because it was worth it. Firstly, I did everyone to 80, then everyone to 90, then everyone to 100, just because OCD wouldn't allow me to do a 5 in it, so I just went straight to all the zeros, so 80, 90, and 100, which was worth it. You get minimal CC, but the GP points also pretty good, and also it's now very clean. The fact I can just scroll through my account and everyone's level 100. Something that I do now, though, is even if I get a character, for example, if I go to my box, if I was to put any of these characters, I would immediately level 100 them, and then immediately SA3 them as a minimum standard. That is what I would do, just so it fits the current state of my box. Because if not, it looks kind of odd if I got one at like SA1 and all the rest of them are like, everyone's get SA3 or higher, because that is what I do now. I basically just start super awakening characters. I've got like 36 spare UR pendants, which is, it's crazy, and like nearly 300 SSR pendants. I honestly wish I could give some of them away, because I would, especially to newer players. I feel like newer players do definitely struggle with, of course, we have the new quest book, I forgot what it's called now. The book that enables you to do all like the cool chapters. It's got like the Lance one, the Thor one, the Dark Mail one, and the Demon King one. All those missions are crazy good for new players. But yeah, tons of stuff. True Awaken characters, I don't really have too many of. LRs, not all of them are True Awaken. I probably should True Awaken most of them. I probably should at least True Awaken Brynhild. But what I like to do is, the reason why I can level up so many characters so frequently, and I'm always sort of stocked up, is because I'm always preparing for the next events. Okay, so Demon King came out. I was already prepared for Demon King. Okay, now I'm preparing for the next big update, whether that be a collab or, you know, I don't know, some other random character. I am always prepared, and that is how I like to do it, whether that be through True Awakening coins, crystals, UR pendants, SSR pendants, even books, or enhanced pots. I'm always ready for the next character, just so, you know, I can immediately max them out, just because I want to make content on them, so it makes more sense to us do it that way. But yeah, not too bad in terms of True Awakens, as you can see here. There's a lot of True Awaken. Most of them do have a reason. So every collaboration character that released after the initial Tower of God has the newest characters True Awaken. So Tower of God came out, that's when True Awakening came out. Okay, didn't True Awaken anyone. The collab off that was Shield Hero rerun, which I True Awakened Victoria and Glass. After that was Overlord rerun, which I True Awakened Albedo, Demi, and Nabe. We then had ReZero. No, not ReZero, Slime rerun, which I then True Awakened Shion and Millum. And then after that we had Tower of God rerun, which I then True Awakened was gonna say who came out, and they're literally staring at me in the face. Mazino and Yeon. Then after that we had Missing Shadow, which I true awakened all 3 of them. We had Solo Leveling, I true awakened all 3 of them. And yeah, that is just how I've been doing it, mainly for showcases. Much better if they're true awakened. And most new characters now that I do immediately true awaken them. And if they are brand new, as in like they are the most recent character, I will immediately true awaken them. But yeah, I also true awaken other characters as well that I thought were somewhat useful, either be backline or frontline or just PvE content, like Elon Liz, insane for PvE, so I true awakened her. Blue Valenti, she's used for Rat, so I might as well true awaken her, it makes it a little bit easier. Red Yorm I true awakened. These 2 Kings I true awakened because, you know, just in case I'm going to run a Sins team for, what's the game mode called now? Here Arena. You know, I got 2 Kings I can use. Both Esther Roses are still quite decent. She's a decent backline for Sins still. Vandalized Adian, it's Vandalized Adian. She's really good for Demon King and other content as well. All my URs are true awakened just because they're URs, so it makes the most to true awaken them because they're probably going to be quite good. Like Percy, so basically every end of month has been true awakened since True Awakening has come out, which was a long time ago. Because I summoned on basically every end of month since True Awakening came out, which is it's decent. Gear wise, I'm just gonna I'll give you a rough breakdown of my gear. I'll just scroll through all the UR sets. You can see the characters in the URs. Some characters do have UR sets, they're just not equipped onto that character and they're being held by a different character. As you can see, you know, Levi's holding Demon King's spare attack crit gear, because for some reason I have 2 HP defense gear sets for Demon King, because I made the mistake of making 2. Demi is holding Rimru's attack crit set. I don't know why he's got an attack crit set, but he does. Probably from years ago when he first came out. Skadi is holding Thor's HP defense. Rem is holding Albedo's HP defense. So there's tons of characters holding sets. Ludo's holding Shion's HP defense. Easton's holding Sab's HP defense. She's holding Melly Liz's HP defense. And once again, you can see there's a bunch more. Like there goes a Lance attack crit, an Alpha attack crit set that I made. I forgot I made Alpha attack crit. What? When did I make that? I forgot about that. This is for Diane when I used. Okay, this is for Blue Tomio. I thought it was with my funky Diane set. And then I also have a bunch of spare gear sets that I've made, preparing for new characters. You also got engraved engraved SR gear that I've done just for the fact of it's decent CC, and there's sometimes been like missions where it's like, oh, engrave a piece of gear or 3 pieces of gear or whatever. So I've just gone into the perfect SR gear we've been given from ages ago and just engraved it on random characters. Like, I'm not going to make Eris a gear set. She's pretty mid. You're not really going to find any good red humans. We don't really get any good red humans. So yeah, no. Sigurd's got just HP defense. He's just holding a spare set. Once again, people holding spare sets or engraved SR gear, because they can just hold it. This is engraved for Cocutus. I don't know why Rimru's holding it, but okay. Yeah, and then you got like all the rare gear. Because somebody asked recently, you know, do I have rare gear for all my characters? Here, this is where you can see, like, this is where the 18 million box CC is. It is an absolute grind. It is a long time to get. It takes a very long time to get. But in the end, it is sort of worth it. You can slightly see the improvement. But I also recommend leveling up your rare and SR characters. I'm always going to say this. Rare and SR characters are cheaper to level up than SSR and URs. Also, when it comes to Super Awakening as well, they are cheaper. And then when you make them rare gear, you get more out of them because their base stats are higher. Because once again, all gear really does is it gives you a slight basic stat boost, and then you get the big percent boost from either the set bonus as well as the gear itself. So look, you get a very small actual basic stat boost, and then you get the either like the bonus from the set and then the actual gear itself. So do make sure that, you know, if you're wondering, oh, why am I not getting, you know, I've got a bunch of level 60s in my box. They're awakened, not true awakened or fully super awakened. They're just awakened. They're level 60. And you think, oh, why am I not getting much box CC out of it? It's because they're low level. They're not super awakened. Super awakening gives you a lot of basic stats. Like, I believe one of them gives you like a lot of, like 11,000 health. I believe one of the super awakenings does, or a lot of health. I know it's the same per character. But as you can see, look, that is all the gear in my box. All those characters I just scrolled down when I had my box like showing, you can see this is all the gear they're holding. So I'm not holding placement gear. I do have a bunch of, as you can see here, a bunch of like, I got 202 of these. I don't know how. I don't buy them. I'm not a whale, but I'm not a freak. play. I buy outfits, and sometimes I buy them monthly because I recommend other people buy them monthly, and I'm not going to buy anything I wouldn't recommend anyone else to buy. I buy outfits because, well, they're cheaper, and I mainly buy the collaboration outfits because they're exclusive, as well as I normally then buy the monthly because, well, it is so good for diamonds. The terms like diamonds to the amount of money it costs you ratio is crazily good, especially if you're going to log in daily anyway, and you also get benefits from it as well. And some of the benefits, you get that little spin wheel, which you get if you do a Fort Soldiers thing, that can give you additional diamonds, which is crazy. Think about it, and you're not getting 170 diamonds. By the end of it, you've probably got close to 200, maybe 210, because of that spin wheel, which is really good and really broken. But as you can see, yeah, I just have a bunch of like spare sets, or spare like stuff. Most of it's not actually rolled, it's just I've leveled it up for the sake of just leveling it up, whether it's like a weekly that says, oh, enhance gear like 20 times or whatever. I'll just find some random piece of gear and enhance it. Defense as well. I am trying to only focus on the middle pieces, so that is why I have a lot of middle pieces compared to the rest of them, and I do sort of clean them out every now and again. Lots of spare reg HP defense sets. That's because, once again, I've ended up making gear for someone. I removed a gear set of someone else, and that's just ended up back in my box. But yeah, I can give it to some people. If I get someone who I don't want to really give gear, I can go, okay, I get Hawk. I'm not really going to use Hawk and Oslo and anything. Let me just give him this HP defense. So that is really what I would do. Well, yeah, I'll quickly show you guys like the stupid amount of materials I have. So demon mats, once again, I have a lot of these demon mats solely because, once again, whenever a new character comes out and I make videos on them, I end up getting a lot of them. I'm currently leveling up everyone's relic to bird. I'm like halfway through, maybe. Actually, no, I'll say about 70 to 80% of the way through. Demon mats, bear in mind, all my characters level 100. I have a lot of demon mats. If I get more than 2 stacks, I sell them because it's just a waste of time. Yep, 36 UR pendants, 181 of these, a bunch of these because I need space. Just sort of preparing mats for the upcoming what could possibly be a collab. So I'm of course preparing enough for 3 each. That is how it's doing. I do demons I do the Demon King every week, and sometimes I even spend my gold coins to do Demon King more. I spend my plat coins. This is how I get my True Awakening coins, unless of course I desperately need them. Is by spending 4 dupes of characters I've got 6/6 to get 1 True Awakening coin, because in my opinion that is worth it. It's better than spending 12 Super Awakening coins that, once again, I could quite easily use to, you know, Super Awaken some. Because I'll show you, like, Super Awakening, even at like to SA3 to SA4, is not that expensive. I'll go Ultimate level. I always end up doing the characters at 6/6 first because they're slightly cheaper. They're 3 SA coins cheaper. So if I was to spend 12 Super Awakening coins to make 1 True Awakening coin, I could level up 3 characters who are 6/6. Actually, no, they don't even need to be 6/6. Any SA3 character, I could SA4 them for the same amount of it would cost to make 1 True Awakening coin. And you need 3 of them. Which is the reason why I use these instead. Because it's just better in my opinion. And there we go. I'll use this. I got time. I've time dungeon keys as well. I used to always use them, but it got to the point where I had so many Super Awakening coins that it's just there's no point. Also, in some better news, I believe the final boss won't be Hellbrim, but we could actually be getting a Labyrinth Hellbrim outfit, because there was a Hellbrim outfit that was leaked that looked really cool. It could possibly be a Labyrinth outfit, which I think would be pretty cool. We haven't had one in a very, very long time. But yeah, there's nothing really else to talk about my box. I can do basically most endgame. I can do actually all endgame content. I can do Endurer, I can do Rat, I can do Deer if I want to. I haven't done Deer Floor 4 in a long time, but I can do it. I'm not really restricted by any content. It's more or less the pushing of Boxy is very hard at this point because I've reached what is like the peak, and now to go any higher, because when you're pushing Boxy, see, and you're leveling up characters and you're awakening them, not Super Awakening, when you're awakening them and making them rare gear, sort of there's a very steady slope. You can sort of see, okay, you know, I've still got a bunch of characters to do, it's completely fine, whether you're a new player or a long-term player who doesn't really level up characters. You know, you can sort of see the slope as you level up characters and you Super Awaken them at the beginning, and all of a sudden when you've got most of your characters Super Awakened and you've got, you know, most people are level 100, the slope becomes really, really steep to go up, because the only thing I can really do, I've got True Awakening, maybe Super Awakening the last few characters I've got, upgrade outfits give you a single GP point. I know whales upgrade every single outfit in the game, but that's extremely expensive. And bear in mind, I like to keep them for the collaboration characters, because they're the ones that I believe deserve it the most, and also, you know, festivals or end of months as well. But yeah, it's a very steep grind when you get to this point. It is definitely doable. I'm probably going to get to the point where I am just going to start making everyone SSR gear. But once again, that is the peak. That is, it goes SSR gear, then it's UR gear. But UR gear is crazy expensive. Even for someone like myself who does have a lot of engraving stones, it is still a very expensive thing. And I wouldn't recommend just wasting engraving stones, because you've seen I've got engraved gear sets. I've got like 3 engraved gear sets for a character. It doesn't mean it's worth doing. I've just done it because the fact as I've been playing the game for so long, I have the ability to do so, because I've been doing train and grow since I was able to do train and grow. Since I had the ability to do it, I have been doing it, which has been years. I think I've been doing it for nearly 5 years, for 4 or 5 years. But let's just say 4.5 years. Because I have a lot of engraving stones. Even though I do have a lot of UR sets, I don't go through it enough as, I get so many engraving stones from stuff. But yeah, generally overall, if you're going to push box EC, you want to get to an account like this, it's just time. Grand Cross is a game that rewards time played. I know sometimes the game goes through downs, right? The game goes through ups and downs, good periods and bad periods, but you've got to stick through it to be able to get, high box EC and compete in, high tier PvP, because most times if you are playing high tier PvP, you are versing on people who complete Constellation of Pride, which is higher than me. I'm 18 million box EC, and these people complete Constellation of Pride. Think you're probably versing someone, I don't know, 19, 20 million box EC at least. But yeah, I definitely have the ability in my account to finish Constellation of Pride. It is just a huge grind, and it would cost me a lot of Super Awakening coins, and a lot of cosmetic upgrade materials, and probably a few more characters. Because I do have a lot of the characters. Let me actually display all the characters I'm missing, because I can do that. This will show even top 100 characters. These are all the characters I'm missing completely. That is everything. So I'm missing 3 of the Stranger Things collab characters, which I don't think will ever really return. They should have really returned by now. I don't think they will. The top 100 characters, and then of course the characters you saw at the start, who are just the normal sort of characters. Yeah, I'm not missing too many. I guess if you were to take into consideration each one of them is, let's just say, 70 GP points, it is a lot. Like, that one row alone, so I'm missing, let's say, 3 rows worth of characters, that's 3 big crystals straight up there gone, because I don't have them, which is pretty huge. And I'm pretty sure the characters are more than 70 each, and that's just me saying, oh, 70 is just a round number. But yeah, it is crazy. But that's the reason why collabs are so good. You get so many GP points from it, and you get so much box EC from it. That is the reason why I've been able to push so much box EC so quickly, is the spam of collabs this year. And it's not always a bad thing. Like, yes, it is quite consuming in terms of diamonds, but overall, you can quite quickly see your account progress with these collaborations, especially because they're making the banners better themselves. So it's not just filled with like Blue Slater and Blue King and like Green Escanor. Because I remember early on in the game where we had like the earlier collabs, you had these crappy characters on the banner. Now you've got like, I don't know, Blue Chainsaw Roxy, who even though I have her 6/6, it's still good for players who don't have her 6/6. They put Anne on it, let's just say. They put Red Sariel on it. They put Green Camilla, Green Sigurd. All these characters are quite decent, and people want them. Included, I think they should put Blue Valenia on more banners, to be honest, or at least give her out for free at this point, because Rat is sort of, I'm going to say it's like the newest content we've had. Like, Endura's not really, there's no end goal to Endura, there's no real way to farm it. It's like end game farming Super Awakening coins, that's just kind of mid. But yeah, anyway, thank you for watching, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.